Nicholai Allen is the founder of SAFE SOSS and an active wildland firefighter. As travel plans ramp up, many homeowners lock their doors, they head out of the house, they don't think twice about the risks they may be leaving behind in their homes. We're going to talk about them this morning. Good morning to you, Nicholai.
Good morning. Thank you for having me.
And I appreciate the fact that you're on the West Coast, you're in California. Good thing we didn't have you on in our California hour, which is 7 a.m. Eastern. You would have been up at 4 a.m. We appreciate you getting up so early for us. So, talk about
Absolutely.
some of the common home vulnerabilities that people don't think about. They just lock the front door and they leave.
Yeah. Well, particularly where there's a wildfire risk. I heard you mention you were in Florida right now, where we've seen an increase in activity there. But if you're going to leave and there is a fire risk, you want to make sure that you don't have furniture and debris stacked up against your house or any outlying structures like storage sheds or garages. You want to make sure that you have your vents protected from ember entry points. We can talk about that more if you like, how to do that. And then often overlooked are like garage door gaps or doggy doors or small weep holes or vents where embers can get into your house if there's a fire and smoke, actually. So if wind can enter, then embers can follow right after. And most homes that are lost in wildfires are actually due to windborne embers, not the direct fire front. So I'm on a bit of a mission to educate homeowners about that and help with some solutions that they can do before they leave. Also, turning off your air conditioning or turning off your fans, forced air fans, if you're going to leave and there is wildfire activity or smoke, even from neighboring wildfires. These are all things that can help your structure survive if you're not there.
See, now the problem in South Florida is because of humidity levels. They always tell you keep your air conditioning on, otherwise you come back to a house full of mildew. It's different. You in Southern California, and I can understand why you're so traumatized. Your whole, I mean, a chunk of Los Angeles is gone. So that's traumatizing, and much of it could have been prevented, which is why this is such a great evangelization on your part to make sure people are aware. I know in South Florida, you're right. This time of year, it's very dry. And just west of where I'm sitting, as the planes were coming in, because they go all the way inland, turn around and come east from the west, there were wildfires. The pine
Yeah.
barrens here catch fire this time of year. It's just part of nature, and then new pine trees grow up in the summertime. But this happens all the time here. But it's interesting that the embers can come in. I know in South Florida the eaves are quite open to allow for ventilation. So you're saying that with the incorrect airflow, those eaves could be the entry point for an ember, and that could make your whole house go up.
Yeah, I was in the Palisades fire, and a lot of the homes I saw catch fire from the garage or from the attic, and you could tell because the garage was fully involved, and the rest of the house was then it was spreading to the rest of the house. Same with the attic. So that's what happened in the conflagration of the Palisades fire. Is the fires were really just jumping from attic to attic. Once you let embers in and the structure is involved, it takes a lot of resources to put out a whole structure fire. You're talking about thousands of gallons, usually multiple engines. And as a wildland firefighter, the whole goal is to keep the fire controlled in the vegetation, keep it out of structures entirely. And that's what I'm trying to help homeowners do with these simple tools.
That's great advice. So now I know that emergency responders who have the experience of being out there, they wish that more homeowners would do certain things before leaving their property unattended. What are some of those things?
Yes. Well, especially as it relates to wildfire risk, some things that you should do is making sure that you have your defensible space. So what that means is your trees are trimmed off your property at least 10 feet. Where you have trees surrounding your property, they're not connecting. So you can kind of create some separation in the canopy so that if one tree did catch fire from embers, it's not automatically spreading to the other one. Like I said earlier, make sure you don't have debris or wood like firewood also stacked up against your structure because embers can get blown in and pile up on the corner of your structure, and then that anything that's leaning up against the structure can act as kindling for your structure. So it's better to just have a 5 foot zone around your property where there's no combustibles in case.
And
And
also,
then, yeah.
go ahead. I'm sorry. Please continue. I thought you were done.
Oh no, just also it depends the risk level. You know, if you think that there's going to be wildfires, there's further steps that you can do, like shutting off your gas, leaving some exterior lights on. So if there is a fire and there's low visibility, then firefighters can see that there's homes there that need to be protected as well.
Good deal. And also, I know that turning off your water heater is a big deal. Plus, it'll save you power, pardon me, power. And I know that from being a homeowner, when you have trees too close to the house, you're also introducing the possibility of termite infestation. You're better off having the trees further away. So there's a lot of good reasons to keep the trees away and well trimmed. Now, not everybody has a time or budget, obviously, for major renovations, but there are some easy, more affordable upgrades that people can do, right? Aside from trimming the trees.
Yeah, definitely. So going back to the ember issue, the most vulnerable points are the vents, like in your attic or even your crawl space vents. And so we have an activated carbon ember filter, which can be cut to size. It looks like a lava rock. Actually, can show you right here. It looks like a lava rock, but it's malleable and you can cut it to size, and it'll let airflow through, and it's coated in activated carbon. So it looks like it wouldn't bend, but it actually does. And that can be cut to size and put behind your vent on the inside. And the activated carbon will actually help filter smoke, toxins, even mold spores. And that's step one, basically. Cover your vents. And any vents that are too small or your garage door gaps, you can temporarily seal it up before you evacuate. It's a fiberglass tape, and you can use this to cover up gaps. I personally took a gentleman back to his home, unfortunately, in the Palisades fire, where he saw it start from the garage. So this $30 roll of tape, if he would have simply taken 5 to 10 minutes and taped up his garage door gaps before he evacuated, it could have saved his whole house. And then lastly is this started in 2018-19 after the Woolsey fire. My own family was personally affected in evacuation. And I saw some homes get fire retardant drops and some homes didn't. And some survived and some didn't. And I started working at that time over 5 years ago of what if homeowners could do their own fire retardant drop? Like, what if they could have more control over that fire retardancy on their vegetation or on any wood structures like patios or pergolas? And so the third step is a clear, non-toxic fire retardant that homeowners can now apply with their own 3/4 inch garden hose.
Yeah. That's amazing. Nicholai, we got to cut only because we're out of time, the end of the show here. But Nicholai Allen, founder of SAFE SOSS, SOSS, and an active wildland firefighter. And thank you for what you're doing with that, too. Thank you for coming on this morning.
Thank
We'll
you.
have you back again. This is great advice. Have a great day.
Thank you.